I call the Honourable Minister.
Mr Chair, I want to take a very brief call because I think as members all across the House have acknowledged this is a non-controversial bill. All parties are, I think they've indicated voting for it. And really just to address, I think, look, the valid concern that the member Ruth Dyson has just raised and address that square on, probably not take up all of the time, because what the member has said, and I think the independent member Brendan Horan also asked questions on this as well. Okay, the original law is 1908, and even the older members of this House weren't in Parliament at that time. They remember it, I think, from listening to earlier calls. They weren't in the House, and of course the history's been relayed. 2006, the Law Commission had a look and reviewed the law, recommended a new law, and of course then it's only now that we really get to the final stages. And I think it is an interesting question asked, why has it taken this time? Well, the simple matters are, as the member Ruth Dyson has said, look, of course, with the whey protein incident and the issues around that I think the members talked eloquently about, that absolutely leads to the desirability to expedite this law and to pass it. And I think, as the member said, no one would in this House, I think, argue against that. What also is true, though, and hasn't been talked about this evening, is that the law was also quite consciously by the government put on hold from 2010. And the reason for that's very simple, Mr Speaker. I think Ruth Dyson talked about both the Pike River Royal Commission, obviously an exceptionally serious situation which we still deal with, and as Minister of Labour I deal with on a nearly daily basis, and of course also the Canterbury Earthquakes Royal Commission. And again, look, we all in this House understand very well the issues associated with that. So as a result of those royal commissions, a conscious decision was made by the government to put this law on hold to enable us to review really the lessons learnt from the chairs, from the members on those commissions, so that I was hesitating to say the word learnings. Well, I can go through them. I'm actually not going to. I have notes on those, but a series of changes, procedural changes, and I think even the member, Honourable Trevor Mallard, would acknowledge changes in the SOP in this part, I think it is, that are sensible, that are uncontroversial, and of course also later on an SOP from Honourable Trevor Mallard that this side of the House will be supporting. I suppose it's proof, Mr Chair, that even a broken clock's right twice a day. And we will be supporting that. We will be. Well, it's an oldie but a goodie. It's an oldie but a goodie. But the truth of the matter is, I've explained the time frame for this bill, why we are where we are today. There's some SOPs that deal with the findings, I think, of the Royal Commissions and improve this law quite considerably. And I just thought it was worthwhile explaining those matters, Mr Chair, to the House.
Chairman. I'm going to call the Honourable Member.